Hey, y'all. Hello, finishers. Get some people on here. Come on, y'all, get some people on here. Share this, share this, share this. This is a very important topic if you're married or single. And let me go ahead and tell you this, because I already know that some people are going to say, well, who is this chick? What makes her credible? You know, we're so good at throwing the messenger under the bus. As soon as we hear something that's truthful or that's triggering, the first thing we want to do is look for dirt on the person, throw them under the bus, make them look bad. Okay, well, in July, it'll be 16 years that I've been married to my husband. I also have 5 children from my husband. So this is one thing that makes me credible. I also have a pretty large network. There are many who confide in me, many who consider me their mentor, even those that I have been a mentee to, makes me credible. So I'm going to go ahead and give this information, but maybe it shouldn't, but I'm a bit bothered. This topic is a bit frustrating to me because I've been seeing it for years. And if you can attest, I want you to drop something in the comments and let me know where you stand on this topic. But firstly, I'm going to talk about this perspective from the perspective of the Bible, because men are always throwing the Bible up to women in an attempt to get us in subjection. So this is going to be my source for the day. And this is what man put on us. So there are a few things that I want to discuss. First, why is it that when people go through a divorce, you'll see the women, they'll take time to heal, reflect, get herself together, maybe therapy, doing all kind of expos, reading books, just trying to get herself right, trying to get restored, trying to heal. But on the other end, you see men remarrying in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. And this video is not about who are you to tell somebody when to get married. It's not about that. It's not about that at all. What it's about is, are you healed? Are you ready to take on another woman? Because trust me, no matter how perfect a woman may seem, she is imperfect. I want everybody listening to think about every relationship that you've been in. Most relationships start off good, right? They start off blissful. Everybody is happy. Oh, he's a good man. He do A, B, and C. Oh, this is a good woman. She do A, B, and C. She fine. She cook clean. She don't talk back. All relationships are good until they go bad. Men will say, I've had so many men to tell me, well, Antoinette, the Bible say it ain't good for a man to be alone. I got to get me another wife. I got to get me another woman. But is it good for a man to move on to the next woman damaged, broken? Because if you have not taken any time to self-reflect, to spend time with God, as y'all say, God is telling y'all all of this, to spend time with God, to reflect, to analyze yourself. How is it good for you to move on to the next relationship? What time have you taken to analyze, look, what caused my marriage to derail? Was it emotional dysfunction that I brought from my past? Was it the way that I saw my dad treat my mom? Did I come from a broken home? Do I come from a 2-parent household, but my father was there, but he still wasn't there? Did I see my mom beating on my dad? Did I see my mom talking back to my dad? Now, see, in some of these instances with some of the things that I'm going to discuss, it can go both ways. But as far as the beginning, as you men like to bring up, okay, if God put the man as the head, we're going to talk about it from the perspective of a head. Okay, well, God said it wasn't good for man to be alone. He gave him a helpmeet. Okay, let's address that. What does a woman need to help you do? Huh? Because in the beginning, Adam already had the garden. Adam was established. When God gave him Eve, Eve was a helpmate. She was able to help him take care of the things that he already had. Getting together with him, they were able to procreate and have children. Eve was a bonus to Adam. Adam did not have to rely on Eve to let him use her car. And yeah, this was way back then. I'm just saying, I'm bringing it up to 2024. Adam didn't need Eve to let him move in with her. Adam was not forcing Eve to see his potential and to work with him and to give him a chance because he has potential. Eve did not have to build a bear. She did not have to build Adam up in order to make him what he needed to be as a man. Adam was already ready. A young lady said before that she doesn't date potential. My husband and I had a conversation about it. And he said, well, that's why she ain't got a man. Because she ain't willing to date potential. She ain't willing to work with anyone. And my response to that was, well, it's good that she's not willing to date potential. Because maybe if she does, her life is going to be pulled down. He's going to drag her down. And this may not be every man, but let's just face it. And this is not a bash a man video, not at all. This is just a discussion that need to be had. I want to highlight some things, and I do believe that this is quite thought-provoking. It's worth a thought, you guys, for the men and the female. Why is it that a woman can do good single, get herself established, she's whole, doing good in life, but when she decides to give herself to a man, get in a relationship, get married, and all of a sudden the woman is doing bad. And all of a sudden she have to go back to her parents for help. And all of a sudden she got to go move in with friends and stuff to help her because some type of way she has relinquished her power, relinquished the things that she know to rely on that man because he said he was a man. Let me take care of you. Let me handle it. Don't try to be the man. Let me take control. Let me do it. Okay. She takes the back seat, lets him be the man. And now she finds herself damaged, broken, having to start all the way back over. Why is this? Why is it that a woman can do good alone? She can do good single, but when she unites with a man, now her life gets messed up. What does a woman have to help a man do? Now, while I agree with the woman getting with a man and adding to what he already has going on, I don't really think it's fair for a woman to have to do all of these things for a man, building him up when he's supposed to be the head, when he's supposed to be the leader. Why does she have to go and use her credit score to go and get him a car? Why does she have to help him repair his credit? Why does she have to give him a place to stay? If you want to be treated as a man, then you have to live and stand up as a man, correct? Antoinette, I don't want to die alone. This is something else that I'm frequently told. I have to have me somebody because I don't want to die alone. Well, we all are going to die alone. Even if someone is at your bedside, rubbing on your head, praying to you, praying with you, for you, you still have to close your eyes and go see God alone. Is it the fact that you are codependent and you're not ready to say that? Is it the fact that you can't stand your own company, that you're just saying that you don't want to be alone? Because not once have I heard a man say, I want to give my lady the world. I want to show a woman that she can be loved unconditionally. I want to show a woman that she can be led in a proper way. I want to give her what she never had. I want her to wake up and feel daily that she is loved, that she's cared for, that she's protected, that she's honored. I want her to know that I ride for her as a man and that she don't ever have to worry about anything. I have yet to hear a man say those things about a woman. It's always, I don't want to die alone. It's always one-sided. Oh, it ain't good for a man to be alone. It's not good for a man to be damaged either. It's not good for a man to just be jumping from relationship to relationship. Just because you move on from your ex in 3 months, it doesn't mean that you have healed. It doesn't mean that you are ready for the next relationship. Because if you are leaving your ex-wife and you guys have children, if you are leaving your ex-girlfriend, ex-fiance, and you guys have a family, that new woman is walking into a family. She's already walking into a situation, chaos, if you will. So how are you allegedly going to give her a new life? How are you expecting her to be your peace? That's another thing. Peace. I need a woman to give me peace. You need to have your own peace. A woman is not required to be a man's peace. Where does that come from? A woman has to have her own peace, and so does the man. Because look at this. What happens if that woman is going through her own things internally? She's dealing with the children. Maybe she has a career, or maybe even if she is a domestic homemaking woman, she has her own thing going on. Nevertheless, you are expecting her to be your peace. You're looking for a robot. Because no individual can always supply you with that, because they will have days where they're not at 100%. They will have days where they feel down. They will have days where they are sad, where they're not with it. They're blah. Maybe they need encouragement, but then you're coming home expecting peace. They may be in a state of mind that is unpeaceful at the moment. They may be going through a midlife crisis where it may take them a year to get better. But now you want to leave this person because you're saying they're not giving you any peace. And now you're going across town or wherever you go, looking for it in someone else. And you're not getting peace with the side woman, side chick, side dude, whatever it's called. It's not peace over there. Why? Because soon as they get started, soon as they start making requirements and giving you demands, what do? Get up and leave? As I said, every relationship, every situationship is perfect. It's great. Until it's not. Why can't you just deal with your issues head on? A woman is required to do so much. So much. But what about the men? And maybe you guys look at me. I don't want to listen to a woman. Who is she to tell me as a man? This is not about that. This is about stepping to the carpet, listening to the information, and thinking about it. Am I saying something wrong? Or am I just saying something that's triggering? All right. So I address it's not good for a man to be alone. I address that. I address the whole Build-A-Bear situation that some men expect. And it's one more thing that I want to talk about before I leave. It's one more thing. One more thing. What is it? Oh my goodness. If you can attest to this, I please share in the comments if you have something to say about this. I am pro-marriage. Pro-marriage. Nonetheless, the word, as I said, we get beat down with the word a lot. The word tells a married couple to submit to each other. But oftentimes, we see the woman submitting a lot. More than the man. More than the man. Oftentimes you see the domestic woman, she would give up things that she does in order to follow her husband. I don't see anything wrong with that. But I do see something wrong with a man taking advantage of that. I do see something wrong with a woman building a man, praying with him, praying for him, giving him her very essence, her intellect. She's giving all of this to this man because she believes that we're going to be together forever. This is my man. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Nonetheless, I take issue with men who take advantage of that, who take it for granted, who do not appreciate it. But some men will look at the independent woman and say, oh, I like her style. I like her vibe. I like it that she has high self-confidence. She know who she is. She's not sitting at home moping around. She's on the move. Look at her hair. Look at her nails. Look at how she takes care of herself. That's so beautiful. She's a beautiful lady. Nonetheless, he won't wife a woman like that. He will only wife a woman that he says is someone that he can work with. Someone that will respect him. Someone that will let him be a man. But let me tell you this, a man who is really following Yah, a man that is really following God, when he's about his business, when he knows how to lead, when he's not looking for a woman to buy him this and that, get him a car, get him a place to stay, a woman has no problem submitting to a man like that. Because he's a man who knows what he wants. If we go back to the beginning with Adam, Adam was already doing what he had to do. He was obeying God, tilling the ground, working as a man was supposed to work. But oftentimes in 2024, and a man told my husband just last week, we had a guy to come out to check some things out in the house. And the man told my husband, he said, you know, I go to a lot of places, and he said, it's just really discouraging seeing as a man. I see so many brothers sitting on the couch playing video games. So many brothers just sitting around, and the woman is at work. I'm going to the house to do work, and the woman is at work, and he's just sitting around. And it's just discouraging. Like, where are the men? You want so much respect. You want to dominate in the bedroom. You want to dominate in conversation. You want to go around your friends and, oh, I'm the man. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You want to bask in your masculinity, as you should. But when it comes down to the things that God required you to do and to be as a man, some of you guys are falling short. You're saying it ain't good for a man to be alone, but you need to be alone if you're not in a position to take care of a woman. When you're talking about you want a woman, you want a wife, you need to be in a position to take care of her. Or else that's not a marriage. Once again, I'm going back. This is based off men throwing the Bible in a woman's face. So if you want to go by the Bible, then let's go with the Bible, what God commanded a man to do. To love your wife as God loved the church, who gave himself for her. Can your lady say today that my man has my back? That he is protecting me? No matter what can go on in life, I can count on my man to have my back. It doesn't matter what can happen, whether it's finances, whether it's my health, whether it's family issues, family dynamics. I know my man has my back. Or does she have to go and call her parents? Does she have to go and call family members, her sorors, her colleagues, her mentor? She has to call everybody except for you because you have not stood up in your masculinity, in your manhood that God commanded in the beginning. Why is it? I'm going back to that question. Why is it, and I want you to think about it, that a woman can do good on her own, being single, but when she gives a man a chance, her life gets derailed? And I'm not speaking in all cases. I'm talking some. Most women that I know, most women that I see are not independent. This is the last thing that I wanted to discuss. They are not independent because they just absolutely want to be. Because they are just in love with being an independent woman, that they provide everything for themselves. Most women are not independent because they are in love with it. They are this way because they have been forced into it, because they have been let down, because they saw what their mothers went through, because they have been abandoned, they've been rejected. And the last one, and the one that I hate so much, is because they have relied on a man. They have relinquished what they knew. They have put their businesses, careers, and everything to the side to let that man dominate, to let that man walk in his masculinity, to let his ego be filled. And he let her down. This is one of the main reasons why a lot of women are independent. Because if they don't do it, who will? If they don't get insurance, who's going to get it? If they don't pay for their car maintenance, get their credit straight, put the kids in a home, if they don't go out and go do gun training and what is it called when you go and get your license? Get a license to carry. If they don't do all of these things for themselves, who can they depend on? Because after you get a certain age, as a woman, you don't want to have to rely on the people who raised you. At a certain age, we look at it, we need to be giving back to our parents. We need to be helping them, not them helping us. With that being said, most women don't want to feel or be put in the position of a man. As y'all say, oh, a woman trying to be a man. No, she's not trying to be a man. She's simply doing what she has to do, which is the basics. Taking care of herself. Taking care of herself. And yes, everybody is responsible for taking care of themselves. But my question is, if a man is requiring or desiring for a woman to marry him, what is he willing to give her in the deal? Because I see so much one-sided information. Oh, I just need me a wife. I need somebody with me. I don't want to be alone. Men say all that. But what are you willing to give to that woman? Are you ready to protect her? Where she don't have to fear anything. Are you willing to provide for her? Again, what are you willing to give her? And I'm not talking about the things that she can give herself. And that's good if you are willing to say, baby, you don't have to do all that anymore. Let it go. I'll do it. Man, so many women will kill for that. But at the same time, they are afraid to give men that right. They're afraid because they have been let down so much. It's a lot that I can say. But I'm sure you guys get it. What I started with it is still relevant. Those of you who are jumping on, I started this off by talking about why is it that when women and men go through a divorce, women will take time to heal, get themselves together. They'll go and do therapy. You know, they'll start going back to church, trying to get themselves right, trying to figure out, you know what is the work that I need to do? What part did I play in causing my marriage to go down the drain? How can I heal? Maybe it's some things that happened to me when I was a teenager, a young girl. Maybe some things I need to address. And so before I get into my next marriage, if you choose to do that, before I choose to get into my next marriage, let me do the work to make sure that I am restored, to make sure that I am healed, to make sure that the next man that come my way, I am able to really give him a healthy version of me. Are men doing the same thing? Because what we see, within 2 months, 3 months, some men are already married, saying they can't be alone. But you jumping into the next relationship and you have not healed. You jump into a relationship and your children still have not been able to swallow the divorce. The children are still hurting. What are y'all thinking about? Are you just thinking about yourself? Are you just thinking about that you got to have somebody to have sex with? Are you thinking about that you just got to have somebody because you're codependent? Or are you really thinking about valuing another human being? Do you really understand what is required of a man in terms of the way that God sees it? God requires that you protect that woman in all walks, in all areas. No gaps. Do you realize what you're taking on when you go and marry another woman? What's so wrong with being single? Why is singleness such a bad thing? Why do people feel like they're insignificant and worthless because they're single? Singleness is a beautiful thing when you know who you are. Singleness is a beautiful thing when you are healthy. It's too many people jumping into marriages and they are broken. They're damaged. Oh yeah, I got a divorce, but I'm finna move on. I'm finna get me another wife. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? In the new woman, oh my God, my condolences. And not in all cases, but my condolences. Because if you're going out, marry a guy who always has an established family, and we know that's in a lot of cases these days, who doesn't have kids. A lot of people don't have kids. But still, please understand that it's not over and that you're just going to have this carefree life with this man who is leaving behind a wife and children. That man will still have to care and be responsible for his children. All right, let me get off that because now I'm going in another direction now. That's a different topic. Hey, Jediah. Jediah say that. They want to be served, but aren't serving others. Survival mode causes independence. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. A man needs to see himself as a husband first, occurring to God, and the roles he set for a man, then seek a wife. They want and desire a wife, but can't uphold themselves as a husband biblically. ! You said it perfectly. And my thing, Jediah, We wouldn't even talk about the Bible if you're not bringing up the Bible. The only reason why I brought up the scriptures is because the scriptures are what's constantly being thrown up to me by different men that I talk to. Well, we know what the words say. We know what the words say. Let's not forget about what the words say. Yeah, we know what the words say. But what about the healing? The Bible also talk about healing. One of the disciples also talk about remaining single. But hey, look, everybody don't need to be married. Because when you're still living like you're single, what's the point? What's the point of getting married if the woman still has to work like a dog? If nothing has changed about her lifestyle when she was single? If anything, she's working harder now that she's married. Come on, that's not right. And again, to those of you watching outside the room, this is not a man bashing video. I'm just sharing some thoughts that's on my mind that I think is thought provoking. It's a conversation that need to be had. Some men don't know because they've been raised by men and they didn't see this. This has been going on for years where men would just up and leave their wives, just up and leave their children and go and get another family. Come on. What's so wrong with breaking up? Maybe through the breakup, we both can get some healing and perhaps come back together. Just in case you didn't know it, the Bible talks about that. When you separate, get healed, seek God, fast, meditate. This will give you time to see maybe where you're not dotting all of your I's and crossing your T's. Maybe you'll be able to see yourself better. You can talk to some of your homeboys. You can go and talk to a pastor. You can just seek out help, seek out wisdom from men who have been there. And that will help you. You can even go and talk to your mom, go and talk to some older women. They can give you some tips. And perhaps you and your spouse can get back together after that separation, after you guys have had time to really analyze and see what you're doing wrong, where you can maybe clean some things up and go back into the marriage in a healthy way with a different mind state. Last thing I want to share is respect. Jediah said exactly. People like to only apply bits and pieces of the Bible to themselves. Say that marriage is to bring change on both roles. Right. Correct. You just made me lose my train of thought. That's why I don't look down at the comments. I get so distracted, but you on it. It was one more thing that I wanted to say. It was good too. It was so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What was it? Y'all don't be scared to jump in these comments. Don't be scared. Please don't be scared. You know, we overcome by the word of our testimonies. We overcome when we share our stories. As I said, I've been married for going on 16 years. And there is so much that I share. And if you guys follow me, you will know that. I have a YouTube channel. I have a podcast where I share so much. Now, I don't tell all of my business, but I share enough to help somebody. Marriage is difficult. It's not for the weak. As a woman, marriage is difficult. It is not all a bucket of roses. It's not always a trail of chocolate going down the hallway, roses in the bed and bubble baths. It's not always that. When you get married, you are taking on everything that person is dealing with. You are taking on it all, their family, their trauma, everything. And they're taking on all of that from you. But anyway, like I say, I'm getting off on something else. The core of this discussion was, why is it so hard for men to heal after a divorce? Why jump from woman to woman when you haven't healed from the first? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. That last relationship didn't work because I should have never got in that relationship anyway. I should have never got married anyway. You're saying that now because it didn't work. But our relationships start off good. All of them. All of them start off blissful. Everybody's happy. Oh, he treat me like a queen. Oh, she treat me like a king. They all start off great until it go downhill. We're good at throwing each other under the bus after stuff don't work. Why can't you just walk away and say, you know what? Things didn't work. We grew apart, but I have nothing bad to say. I wish my ex the best. Why can't we do that? Why do we have to throw them under the bus? Why do we have to make the exes look so bad? and then making them look bad. You don't say anything negative about yourself. You don't say anything about yourself that lead people to believe that it wasn't one-sided, that it wasn't your spouse that drove the marriage down the hill. You always talk about the other person. If you can't be unbiased, just leave it alone. The relationship just didn't work. I'm trying to heal. I don't want to talk about it. Leave it at that. Tell people to mind their business. You don't have to give everybody an answer. Everybody don't deserve that. They're not toiling with you while you are married. So why do they want to toil and know all the information once you get a divorce? I'm just saying. Jediah said it can be an ego thing. I feel as though culture has made it seem as though a man can't be vulnerable. So they just hop into the next without self-analyzing. Where can I put a 100? I need to put a 100 on that, Jediah. Don't want to be vulnerable. That's it right there, baby. That's it. That's it right there. But you have to think about the trail that you're leaving behind. Because your ex know that who you are. Your children know who you are. All you're doing is dragging on more trauma when you go and remarry. As I said, you're not healed. You're not whole. Let's think about what a relationship is. To me, it's easy to jump from relationship to relationship when you're not in all the way. I just don't understand that. Do you mean to tell me that you've been in a 10, 15, 20, 30, 40-year relationship and you divorce and you can move on in 2 months? So are you telling me that you're not addressing that person as your ex? You're not making a mistake calling them your ex's name? You're not thinking about them when you're making love? I'm just asking some questions here. This the person that you've been having sex with all these years. Now you get divorced. Now you're doing somebody else sexually. You're not thinking about the ex? To me, it's worth a thought. Worth a thought. That's not the person that's in your spirit. Like just overnight or within 60 days, you're already over it. Women beware. I would say don't be so desperate. Don't be so gullible and so ready to get married that you're willing to marry the first thing smoking. I made a post about this a while ago when I said there's a double standard here also. A woman can be single 20, 30, 40 years, wanting to be married so bad, nobody's willing to marry her. But a man can say today, I want to get married. He can tell a woman today, I want to get married. And before 5 o'clock, he'll be down at the courthouse with the marriage certificate or have at least applied for the marriage. That's the difference. Don't be so gullible as a woman that you're willing to take anything just because you don't want to be single. You want to be able to say, oh, I got a husband. Yeah, but the husband you got is damaged. The husband you got is still connected to another family. The husband you got is not healed. The husband you got is bringing more trauma on you. The trauma from his childhood, the trauma from his dad abandonment issues, the trauma from his last marriage. And now he's about to marry you, telling you he love you, he in love with you. And you, oh, God is blessing me. It's finally my time. Okay. Let me know how that go in 10 years. And I know y'all might look at me and say, who is she to tell me anything? Her marriage might break up. I'll be glad when her marriage end. Hey, you can wish whatever on me. It could happen. Hey, the fact is still going to remain the same. Just because things may happen to me that's negative, that doesn't change the facts. It doesn't change the way that life is. A lot of times women are so quick to submit to stuff because we desire love and to be wanted and accepted so bad. But sometimes that can lead to our demise because we are willing to ignore all the red flags, all the pink flags that's getting ready to turn red. Just to say, I got a man. Be careful out here because if you never been married, baby, it ain't what you think. Huh? Just like single life, it comes with joys and challenges. The things that you deal with as a single person, it intensify once you get married. It is not for the weak. We got to stop looking at it as, the white dress, the beautiful ceremony, the beautiful bridal shower and all that, putting that, that beautiful ring on your finger. Nah, that's like, that's a part of it. I don't want to bash it. That's a part of it. And everybody who's getting ready to get married, God bless you. May you all stay married forever. God bless you. Because I am pro-marriage, but I don't believe that we are being properly prepared as we should before we get married. We hear about all of the good things, but we're not hearing a balance of what marriage truly is. It's more than what you see on TikTok. It's more than what you see on a 60-second reel with the women dancing in a beautiful dress and the man kissing her on the cheek and rubbing his hand all over her body. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Go and talk to some people who've been married for more than 10 years. Go and talk to them. People who are willing to be honest. Talk to the man and the wife. And then you will see what marriage is really all about. And that's if they're willing to tell you the truth. Also remember this. People only tell you what they want you to know. They only show you what they want you to see. So even with going to talk to people, they still not going to tell you everything because there's some things that they've said and done in their marriage that they too embarrassed to reveal. So keep that in mind too. It's no joke. It's no joke. Respect. I believe if we can have respect for each other, relationships can go a lot further. A lot of respect has been lost. We're too familiar with each other, talk to each other any kind of way. And, just love. Love is so finicky. And I say that because think about the people who tell you they love you. The same people who tell you they love you are the very ones that hurt you. They stab you in the back. They let you down. But they constantly telling you they love you. But think about respect. When you respect a person, you don't have to like them. You don't have to hang with them. But because you respect them, you give them room to be who they are. That's the difference. I'd rather be respected any day over being loved. Because in my life, a lot of people who have told me they love me talk about me behind my back. A lot of people who have told me they love me look me in my eye and I can tell they can't stand me. I can see their anger and envy towards me in their eyes. I can see it. How disgusted, how they just can't stand me. Why they can't, I don't know. But with their mouth, they saying, I love you. But they don't like me. And this go for all of you guys watching, not just me. The same people who telling they love you. And I'm not speaking on everybody because some people are telling the truth. But be careful who you trust with that word. Because so many people use it loosely and they do not understand what love is. They do not understand because if they did, they won't continue to hurt you like they do. Respect me. And then we can move on. Let's respect each other. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your spouses. And keep the respect first and foremost. I believe we can go a long way with that. Even if the marriages don't work, if you respect each other, you'll do what I said earlier. When people come and ask you questions, you can just say, you know what, things didn't work out, but I wish them the best. I don't want to talk about it. Because no matter what happened in my relationship, that's still a part of me. That's my family. And we're not going to negatively discuss them. Because at one point, that was the person that I chose. So why would I, at this point, trash them and throw them under the bus? Huh? At one point, I was making love to them. But now you want to throw them under the bus. Don't do that. Just say, I don't want to talk about it. I wish them the best. Let's move on. Next. All right. Yes. Hi, Miss Vereen. Yes. Take care of each other. Thanks for coming on. You guys have a good day. People get caught up with the messenger and ignore the message. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of messengers, Jediah, are getting tired because they give so much on social media and in the streets. They give so much to people just trying to help. But people are so quick to throw them on the bus. Well, look at her. I wonder what's going on in her home. Yeah, she having problems in her home too, but that doesn't make her any less of a messenger. We all should be out here doing God's work, but everybody's not willing to do God's work. So yeah, you can look at the messengers on Facebook, TikTok, the preachers, and talk bad about them. You can do that. But remember, God hear you. And you're going to have to pay for those bad words you said about that minister, because they are obeying God. They are serving in a way, and it's not always easy. You think people want to give you the message? Sometimes ministers are dealing with their own stuff behind closed doors. Sometimes they don't want to do it. They don't feel like it. They're discouraged at this moment, but they keep doing it because they love God, because they respect God. They respect God, so they do it. A lot of times we have to literally ignore people and forget that we have problems in order to bring a message. Because if we get in our own way and we think about the problems that we have and what's not right in our lives, we won't do it. But people don't understand that part about the messenger. It's difficult being a messenger. Being a messenger gets you hated. People don't even look at your heart. They don't look at you as a human. They look at you as a threat. They look at you as somebody that's telling them what to do, when it's not about that. Because just like I'm talking right now, somebody's going to be talking to me later. I love to sit at the feet of wisdom and let someone minister to me. We're all human, but at the same time, God requires us to help steer each other. That's part of being in the body of Christ. There are some of us that are part of the cleanup committee to keep the body of Christ pure. And I happen to be on that committee. And it's not easy because in my role, I don't have a lot of friends. A lot of people don't like me. I don't get invited places because people think, oh, she's a whole role. And that's not me. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. I love life. I love adventure. But a lot of times I don't get invited to do stuff because people automatically assume, oh, she gonna come judging and all of that. No, you judging yourself. You have already judged me. So you're the judgmental one. You haven't even given me a chance. You're judging me based on the way that I talk. And that's the way that we all should be talking, because if you're trying to see God, you got to line up. You got to clean up your act. You got to allow God in your heart. And back to the beginning of what I started, man, you got to submit yourselves to God. If you want to have a family and you want to do things right, and you want to throw the word of God up to a woman, you want to tell a woman what she needs to do and who she needs to be according to the word of God, then if you intend to lead, then lead God's way. Get yourself together. Do what Adam did. Go get a job, get a career, get a place to stay, get a car, get all the things that you need in order to take care of a woman, to raise a family, and then you can call yourself a man. No shade. Just telling you God's way, because you guys keep throwing the Bible up to us, so we pointing you back to the Bible. Do what God told you to do. Adam was doing what God told him to do. He wasn't playing video games. He wasn't out there climbing the tree saying that he was He-Man and Spider-Man. While Eve was out there tilling the ground. No, he tilled the ground. The roles have been switched. How can you sit on the couch and play video games, not have a career, not have a vision, but at night you still want the woman to get on top of you and work you and do all kind of stuff? Come on now. Come on. If you want to be a man, lead like a man. Lead as God required. You got to lead. If you want to be a man after God's own heart, like you have to lead. And in leading, you're not asking a woman for direction. You're not wanting her to start your business. You're not looking for her to fix your credit. You're not looking for her to go buy you a car. You got to use her car. You got to drop her off at work so you can ride around town. Lord, oh my God. And if you guys know me, if you give me a chance, this is coming from a place of love. This is the way that I talk. This is the way that I talk. I'm not talking down on you. I'm not being condescending. This is just thought provoking. How? I'm asking a question. And there's certain questions that could be asked of us as women, and we would have to listen to that as we do. But as a woman, I'm saying, if you are a man and you want to lead and you want to be treated as a masculine man, you got to stand up, baby. You can't rely on a woman and then expect for a woman to follow you. Follow you where? How's she following you and you riding her car? Follow you where? Who is leading your life? What God are you praising? It's worth a thought, you guys. Let me go check out the comments. Miss Beverly said they are human. Jediah said, yes, you have to do away with self and do what God has called you to do despite the judgment. Same here. Miss Beverly said, line up, thumbs up. You saying something now? God never intended for women to take that lead role. Exactly. Miss Beverly, before you got on here, I was talking about that. A lot of men complain about women being independent. They say that they're not willing to marry a woman that's independent because she's too manly. But at the same time, they will marry a woman who's not like that and then take advantage of the woman. Huh? Take advantage of her. Women are independent because they want to be. A lot of times they've been abandoned by men. They have said, okay, baby, I'll let you take care of me. And then when she put her trust in the man, oh yeah, I lost my job. Okay, what you gonna do about it? She don't see him being active, trying to get out there and you know what I'm saying, do something to show her that he's trying. It's one thing if the man is trying and you out there all day long trying, but you at home. You going to your family members asking them to burn you out. No, just like your family members work, you need to be working to provide for your family. Women are tired of being independent. I have so many associates. They are tired of it, Miss Beverly. They want to be married, but they're scared. They're scared that if they give another man a chance, that they're going to end up again back flat on the ground. Why is it that a woman can do so good with life? Have her own things going, go to school and get her life set up. And then when she settled down with a man, and this is not in all cases, she settled down with a man, now she's damaged. Now she broke. All the money is gone. Like, what in the world is going on here? Come on, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. This is why so many women are independent. It's not because of choice. It's because of force. If they don't work and take care of themselves, who's going to do it? Who are they going to rely on? A woman wants to rely on a man. Like, we are not built like a man. We're not. We're not built like men. A woman wants to be valued and taken care of. But if nobody's stepping up to do so, she has to do it. Make it make sense. The Eve spirit to lead is already there, but he must step up. If he does a poor job, the woman would do what she has to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because then she'll be in lack if she don't. And even this Miss Beverly, because Miss Beverly is a married woman, so she know. And I'm sure she'll tell the truth. Even with being married, right now, I'm sure that you support your husband in ways that he may not even notice. He's the head, he's the lead, but it's like that woman sets the tone. The man does his part. For instance, let me give this example. Let's just say that, for instance, a man buys a house, and because of who we are as women, from the front door all the way to the back door, we'll deck that house up, fix it up. This room had a theme. The kitchen got a theme. The bathroom's got a different aroma because we are a woman. We think about the details. But if a man does not give you something, how can you support him? Adam has something going on. That's why I shared this before you came on here, Miss Beverly. Men keep telling me it ain't good for a man to be alone. God say it ain't good for a man to be alone. God gave Eve to Adam. Okay. When God gave Eve to Adam, Adam already had his thing going on. He was already obeying God. He had the garden. He was established. Okay. When Eve came, Eve was a bonus to Adam's life. He procreated. She was able to give him children. Okay. She was a bonus to him. A helpmate. In order for me to be able to help you, you have to have something going on. The Bible did not tell a woman to establish a man. The Bible did not tell a woman to build a man up from ground up. The Bible told a woman to help a man. In order for me to help you, you need to have something going on. Like I said, for example, that house, you go and buy the house, I'll fix it up. I'll get the structure going. I have that sweet spirit going up in there. When you come home, you'll know the presence of God is up in there. I have it smelling good from the food. I'm raising the children, teaching them the ways of God, teaching them how to respect men, how to respect themselves. I'll take care of the inside, baby, but you got to give me something. But these days, like I said, don't be so gullible and desperate as a woman to get married that you're willing to just accept anything. Oh, he can move in with me. I gotta help him. At least he have potential. He say he loved me. If he love you, he'll show it. If he love you, he'll get out there and he'll sacrifice his life for you. If he love you, he won't be sitting up there in your AC while you at work, working. I'm just saying. Buy the food, I'll cook and bake. That's right. All right, I've went on way longer than I expected. I just thought this was worth a thought. You know, a lot of people just don't know. And yes, you will create a monster, and after he has used you for everything you got, now he's on to the next woman and you damaged. Now you find yourself in the prayer line asking God to heal you. And not only has he moved on to the next, but now he's going to marry the next one. He didn't marry you, but he used you for everything you got. Your money, your resources. You've even introduced him some of the people you know in the professional world. Your resources, your network, all of that. Your body, you've given him your body. You gave him everything. There's nothing else you had to give. Now he goes and marries somebody else. He's ready to get married now. He's established. Then now it's going to take you 6 years to be healed from the trauma. Because now you gotta let go of all of that. And you gotta work double time not to be resentful of that man. You gotta work double time not to be bitter. Because now you get a front row seat to see him on social media or to hear about it from mutuals. Oh, he taking care of that woman. You saw that house he put her in. Oh, he treating her like a queen. Oh, he taking her all over the world. They just a traveling. Man, this is real. This is what go on to people that's divorced. People come back giving reports to the people, the exes. Girl, I see him on social media. His new wife seems so happy. And the same things that he giving to the new wife, the wife couldn't get. He would tell the wife that he couldn't afford it. But now the new wife is getting everything that the ex-wife couldn't get. Lord have mercy. I'm telling y'all how it is, man. My mom raised me this way ever since I was in elementary school, if not earlier. And every single thing that my mom has told me, I have seen it come to pass. Every single thing about men. Just the way that it worked. A woman would submit for years. You'll see a woman go through divorce or become a widow. She'll be single for the rest of her life. But a man, 2 months later, he married, saying that he ready to move on because he don't want to die alone. But whether you have a wife or not, you still gonna die alone because you're going to see God. You're going to see God alone. Your wife's not gonna be with you when you see God in judgment. You're gonna do that alone. All right. You all have a good day. Those of you who watching on outside of the room, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're not upset with me, but I know it happens, regardless of how we try to express love. When the truth hurts. The truth hurts, and I will admit that. But truth can change us. Truth can change us for the better if we accept it. If we accept it. There are some ugly things that were truthful about me that I had to accept. We all do. So just accept the truth. Look past the messenger. Look past the messenger and accept the truth. And hopefully you'll see some better changes in your life if you accept the truth. All right. You all have a nice day, an even better weekend. Thanks for coming on. Those of you who did. Miss Beverly, wish you the best. Jediah, wish you the best. You guys take care. And I'll see you guys next time. If you want to hear more of me, I'm over on YouTube. More. That's where I am for now. As the days pass, I'm still thinking about that. I have some more ideas in my head, and I still have a small baby. And it really is a lot. It really is a lot. Some days I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I just want to just be and just not even talk. But then 15 minutes later, just the spirit just rise up in me and tell me that's not what he created me to do. So, we'll see. But for now, I'm on YouTube. If you guys don't see me on here and you want to get a boost, you want to hear something thought-provoking, go over to YouTube. It's called Kickstart Within. The podcast is still available. That's also called Kickstart Within. And, yeah. But thank you for your support. Those of you who support me, those of you who are praying for me silently, who never respond, who never comment, but you are praying for me and you're wishing me the best. I really appreciate that. And yeah, that's it. You guys take care and remember to rise to the occasion. No matter who you are, go be great and do what God told you to do. Even if it's going to hurt some people, even if they're offended, you got to do it anyway. Because if you don't, you're going to be miserable. And one day you are going to die and God's going to want to report. So it's better off to satisfy God and just let people be mad. It's the way it is.